Power, control, and loyalty. The anatomy of criminal hierarchies. Criminal organizations and structure. Criminal organizations, like any enduring institution, rely on structure. Beneath the chaos of violence and illicit trade lies a surprisingly rigid hierarchy, designed to enforce loyalty, streamline operations, and shield leadership from exposure. Among the most infamous examples is the Sinaloa Cartel, whose evolution offers a window into how criminal empires rise, fracture, and adapt. The blueprint of a criminal hierarchy. At their core, criminal organizations often mimic corporate or military structures in order to organize power and manage risk. The leadership core is typically a small group of decision-makers, often family members or long-trusted allies, who control strategy, alliances, and high-level finances. Regional commanders serve as mid-level operatives who manage territories, oversee logistics, and enforce discipline, acting as buffers between leadership and street-level operatives. Operational cells are specialized units that handle trafficking, enforcement, money laundering, and corruption. Each cell is compartmentalized to limit exposure and maintain plausible deniability. Enforcers and foot soldiers occupy the lowest tier and include hitmen, smugglers, and informants, those most vulnerable to arrest or death. This layered arrangement ensures efficiency, secrecy, and control, with orders flowing downward and information tightly managed upward. Case study: the Sinaloa Cartel. Founded in the late 1980s, the Sinaloa Cartel became one of the most powerful drug trafficking organizations in the world. Its success was rooted in a strict hierarchy. Top leadership, exemplified by figures such as Joaquin El Chapo, Guzman, and Ismael El Mayo Zambada, exercised near-absolute authority. Their decisions shaped global drug routes and political alliances. Leadership often passed through bloodlines, and El Chapo's sons, known as Los Chapitos, now lead a prominent faction within the organization. Territorial control was delegated to regional commanders, who managed operations in key states like Sinaloa, Durango, and Chihuahua, each maintaining their own enforcement squads. Compartmentalization meant lower-level operatives rarely knew the full scope of operations, protecting leadership from legal exposure. Fragmentation and adaptation. After El Chapo's arrest and extradition, the cartel fractured into competing factions. Los Chapitos emerged as a dominant group, noted for aggressive tactics and control over fentanyl production. El Mayo's loyalists preserved traditional smuggling routes and political connections, maintaining a different operational logic. Independent cells began operating semi-autonomously, using the Sinaloa brand while pursuing their own agendas. Despite internal conflict, the cartel adapted. Its decentralized model allowed survival through leadership losses and sustained law enforcement pressure. Why hierarchy matters. Strict hierarchies serve multiple functions within criminal organizations. Operational efficiency improves when roles and reporting lines are clear, streamlining logistics across complex supply chains. Security benefits from compartmentalization, which limits exposure and reduces the risk of betrayal. Discipline is enforced through centralized authority that sets rules and resolves disputes. Resilience arises because hierarchies can fragment and reconfigure, enabling criminal groups to persist despite arrests, defections, or infighting. From pyramid to network. Modern criminal organizations increasingly blend hierarchical and networked features. While traditional pyramids remain in some areas, many groups now operate as networked alliances that are more flexible, decentralized, and harder to dismantle. The Sinaloa Cartel's evolution reflects this shift, from a relatively rigid pyramid to a sprawling web of factions, each with its own leadership, resources, and strategy.